Good evening and thank you for joining us here on Q2 this Sunday night. I'm Zoe Zandora. We start tonight with more than 2,300 firefighters who are battling a huge blaze on the California-Oregon border that has killed one person. There are currently more than 60 wildfires burning across the western states. Manuel Bojorquez has more.
The fast-moving Klamathon fire near the Oregon border has now destroyed 72 structures and is threatening hundreds more as it spreads over 30,000 acres. The flames killed one person and injured two firefighters, including Brandon Feller, who suffered severe burns when his engine caught fire. This blaze near San Diego burned Captain Mike Vasio's ears.
As soon as that wall of heat hit me, I knew I was burned, but it wasn't that bad to where I was going to go down.
He returned to the firefight in Alpine, where the flames destroyed homes and triggered evacuations. More than a dozen wildfires are burning in California, and there are spot fires like this too, sparked under oppressive heat and dry conditions.
I was in the house and all of a sudden I saw flames rise above the golf course, and we were scared to death. The flames came right up to my back lawn.
Near Santa Barbara, where flames destroyed at least 10 homes, residents of Goleta returned to almost ghostly scenes. Others recounted the rush to save their animals.
We were driving through a wall of flames, and every time I see a fire, I get the horses and the trailer out early.
As if the flames weren't enough, heavy rains triggered mudslides like this one in San Bernardino County, where the scorched earth couldn't hold back the water. And across the region, the weekend's triple-digit heat overwhelmed the power grid, leaving crews scrambling to restore electricity to thousands. Those record-breaking temperatures subsided today, but not by much. And there are red flag warnings across much of the West, including Nevada and Oregon. Manuel Bojorquez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Thank you, Manuel. And in Thailand, rescuers resuming their efforts to free a boys' soccer team from a cave more than 2 weeks after they were trapped underground. Today, 4 of them were brought safely to the surface. CBS's Meg Oliver has the story.
In Thailand, rescuers are gearing up for the next phase of their effort to free a youth soccer team trapped in a flooded mountain cave. On Sunday, divers escorted 4 of the 12 boys back to the surface, a 2.5-mile journey through a series of dark and flooded tunnels.
You can't make a horror movie that would even compare. And I've been involved in cave rescue for 30 years, and I cannot even think of one that was this complicated.
After the 4 emerged from the cave, they were rushed to the hospital in ambulances. Officials in charge of the operation said they're hoping to bring another group of boys out by Monday or Tuesday.
The good news is that the first phase was successful. They've had an opportunity to show it works. It's still dangerous, but it's much better odds for the remaining kids to come out now because of those initial ones.
Before they attempt another rescue, the dive teams have to refill their oxygen tanks and replenish the supplies along the route inside the cave. Meg Oliver, CBS News.
In a tweet on Sunday, President Trump praised the cave rescue operation and said the U.S. is working to support the Thai government's efforts. And join with me now is Connor Pregitzer, meteorologist. I want to talk about this heat. We've had a lot of it. Is this something we have to look forward to still? Because it's going to be in the triples.
Yeah, we do have one more triple-digit day in the outlook. Spoilers, we'll get to the full forecast in just a little bit. But with this type of temperature, we are talking about fires. Obviously, the big issue in California right now. Nothing plaguing us in Montana at this moment. But here's the CPC long-term outlooks. This is 6 to 10 days in advance. We stay out of the warmer area this time around, so we've got warm temperatures coming up. But in the long run, it doesn't look like we're necessarily destined for a huge, long, warm stretch once we get a little further out in the forecast. But that dry area, higher percentage of dry conditions, or likelihood of dry conditions, is still over us in that 6 to 10 day range. And again, spoilers, this week looking like it's dry too. So with that, we do know that it is fire season and it is time to be extra cautious. It'd be nice if we could stay the way we are with no wildfires burning in Montana. Now we'll get to that full forecast with the interim in just a little bit. For now, we send it back over to Zoe.
All right, thanks, Connor. And with the string of hot temperatures in our area, pet owners should be concerned about how the heat will affect their dogs. Dog owners need to be aware of their pet's behavior while out for a walk in hot weather, as they can get heat exertion the same as humans can. Keeping your pet safe is oftentimes as easy as avoiding a walk in the midday heat. Some symptoms of the heat stroke in dogs include excessive panting and sluggishness in the animal. To combat heat exertion in dogs, oftentimes wetting the dog down with cool water and placing them in the shade or a place where air conditioning will help. Also, remember to never leave your dog in a parked car. It is just too easy to spend more time in the store than you thought you would.
You know, even all of us, you know, if we were out in the middle of 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon in that heat of the sun, and we got to make sure we bring enough water, and then you got to realize these kids they're wearing sweaters, they're wearing fur coats out there, so it's so easy for them to get overheated, and people need to think a little bit more about it, and/or particularly if their pet has some medical conditions or anatomically they're predisposed to having heat exertion issues. And if you have to go out during the middle of the day for whatever rhyme or reason, obviously keep it short, you know, and just you know, have some manner to cool your dog down if indeed you find yourself having to go out during the middle of the day with your pet.
Just want to clarify that when Dr. Smith was talking about kids, he was referring to dogs and not actual children. And in Billings, some local competitive runners have been looking for a longer race with a little more competition involved. So Yellowstone Rim Runners Club answered by holding the very first Rims to River run this morning, starting with the 8K race.
3, 2, 1.
Woohoo! Here we go! The 15K race started across from Billings Logan International Airport, and the 8K race started at Swartz Park. The race uses part of Billings trail system and finishes at Colson Park.
This is a nod back to the runs back in the 70s when we did 5-mile and 10-mile runs, and of course use the most prominent features in Billings, our beautiful rims and the majestic Yellowstone. Why wouldn't you have a run? It's safer, it keeps runners off the street. We're not dealing with traffic. It's just a better situation for events like this.
It's a safe place. It's away from traffic, so that's the biggest part. Just celebrating running is so much fun. I say a huge hearty thank you for everybody that's running this race, because the proceeds do go to our trail system.
And as Chrissy Drake said, the run raises money for Billings Trail System, and she says it's the only run on the trails that is a benefit for TrailNet. And American wool is in high demand here in the United States and around the world. As Russell Nimitz shares in our Montana Ag Network feature, it's some very good news for this region's sheep producers.
The market's at a record high. I've been here 20 years, and we've seen similar prices once before.
Scott Lammers manages the Center of the Nation Wool Warehouse in Billings, Montana, which buys most of the wool in Montana, Wyoming, and South Dakota. He says it's been an incredible year for sheep producers with record high wool prices.
The wool market kind of started last summer after the summer break, and a rally started, and it's kind of continued ever since. And going on into this spring, the market has not seen a negative day. And that's been good news for producers. So it's been a refreshing experience for everybody, including us, to finally see producers being rewarded for the good wool that they produce out of Montana, Wyoming, surrounding states.
He told me U.S. wool prices are still based on the Australian wool market.
Weekly there are sales in Australia. It appears that the Chinese companies are really pushing hard on that market and competing over wools. And in effect, it's driving up prices around the world. Everybody has to compete with what's going on in Australia.
Demand for high-quality wool products is also helping to drive the wool market higher.
I think that retail levels for fine wool socks, next to skin wear, all the outdoors wear is coming on strong and driving that market.
Lammer says the higher wool market is certainly long overdue and some very good news for sheep producers.
I think most people out there would agree they've never seen prices as high as they are this year. It's welcomed by everybody. It's going to help producers, you know, and hopefully we're going to see it spark some interest and get some more people back into sheep.
Andy says wool growers in our region still take great pride in raising some of the highest quality and fine wool you'll find anywhere.
It's good quality, it's clean. The wools that we got, people really take good care. There's good preparation. the wools are long and strong.
So for wool growers and their shearing crews who want their wool clip to still bring top dollar during these times of record high wool prices, there are still a few things you can do back home at the ranch, like bring in a clean, non-contaminated wool clip, or bring in a wool clip that's bright white and that's still 23 micron or finer, or in the old days that meant 62 and finer. In Billings, Russell Nemitz, MTN News.
All right, thank you, Russell. And he says wool industry leaders are hopeful the wool market has reached a new level and that demand stay strong for U.S. wool, so these record prices can continue in the future.